Yo, this is the Scarcity Studios YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. And our sponsors are Alpha Claims and Hire Birmingham, the leading and best accident management company. Get a replacement car anywhere in 1 hour. I really appreciate you joining me today, and this is an update coming from Birmingham, and there's several incidents that have occurred over the weekend. The police have definitely set the narrative with two of these cases, where they only mentioned someone was shot once when there was in fact 3 different shootings in one weekend and 2 people were shot. The first statement the police released was about disorder on Cherrywood Road in the Bordsley Green area on Saturday the 23rd of October. Police say they're appealing for anyone to get in touch with dashcam footage after they've got CCTV of 7 young men with machetes and 1 person fired a handgun. CCTV from Mac UK Limited was released on Facebook, where it shows the moment that a gunman waves the gun and locals say that shots were fired. Officers attended but found no men and no weapons, and no injuries were reported. CCTV is now being reviewed, and they say at least 3 groups of men were in the area at the time, all hooded up and wearing face masks. And the video footage that was sent to myself shows the moment that they're chasing a male down the street, shouting racial slurs as well, which is definitely not on, and this is something that people really need to think about. By what the risks you're taking in relation to this. Everybody's got families, you all want to go home at the end of the night, and this is just escalating further and further. So as I said earlier, there's been several shootings in Birmingham. The other shooting on Saturday also, a man attended a hospital at 3:10 in the morning and is in a critical condition. They are also investigating after a second report of a man that had been assaulted in Walford Road, Birmingham at 2:45. In relation to the first incident, officers attended and found a man with gunshot wound to his leg, and he was treated at the scene and taken to hospital. He is not believed to be in a life-threatening condition. Detective Megan Stokes said, "We initially got called to disorder in Ladypool Road, that's in the Borsal Heath area, at 2:30 on Saturday. Officers attended and it was reported that a gunshot was heard, but no one reported any injuries. They cordoned off a section of Ladypool Road as forensics came to examine, and they are working at a scene also in Walford Road, that's in the Sparkill area. So these are 3 totally different locations across Birmingham. Police say they are working hard to establish what happened, but they are also keeping an open mind as to whether the incidents are linked. Such violence, they said, has no place on the street, and anyone with information should get in touch. There is extra support in the local area in the following days following these incidents, and police are definitely going to be upping patrols." And this is only a matter of days after 10 people were arrested in East Birmingham, and they have since been charged with conspiracy to supply Class A drugs. They believe this is also linked to a spate of violent crime across the city. And in some other news coming from the West Midlands, in Coventry, police have now named a teenager that was responsible for a murder last year, who was too young to have been named because of reporting restrictions. Karen Monga opened fire at Abdul Yassin from the backseat of a stolen VW Golf in March 2020. He was sentenced in January and will spend a minimum of 27 years behind bars. Police have now been able to name the 15-year-old accomplice, Riaz Ahmed, who was driving the Golf. But as Monga had outstanding court matters at the time, the judge imposed an identity ban on the gunman. However, Karen, who is 19 years old, was sentenced for 2 counts of conspiracy to burgle, and the restriction on his identity was lifted. Monga shot Abdul, who himself was only 19 years old, as he walked down Harnell Lane in Hillfields just after 2 p.m. on the 13th of March. A post-mortem examination revealed that he died from 2 gunshot wounds to the back that caused catastrophic internal injuries, and he died on the street. Ahmed, who is now 16 and serving a minimum of 18 years in youth detention, followed by adult prison, was linked along with Monga to the C2 gang in Coventry, and the victim was arrested just days before the murder for possessing an imitation firearm, and he was connected to RB7, the police said. Detective Superintendent Scott Griffiths led the investigation, and he said he was grateful for the judge for allowing us to identify Abdul's murderer so that justice can be served for Abdul's family. The sentences must act as a stark warning of the dangers of gang affiliation, and you run the risk of injury, death or prison. The possibility is very high of spending the rest of your life in jail. The 15-year-old getaway driver Ahmed sped away from the scene in the golf type bar that was stolen from Rugby the day before. The suspects were quickly identified due to the fact that there was electronically tagged at the time of their involvement that placed them at the scene of the murder. Shotgun cartridges found in the burnt-out car, matched by ballistic experts to spent cartridges recovered from the scene. Despite the strong evidence, the pair denied murder, but were convicted following a 4-week trial, found guilty of conspiracy. Monga received jail terms of 24 and 36 months for the burglary, and they will run concurrent with his life sentence. So that is the sad reality of exactly how long they were spent in jail, which is the majority of their lives, and the restrictions and how that will stop them when they come out of prison from getting a job and interacting. And imagine how advanced the world is going to be with technology in 27 years. So I really appreciate you joining me today, and please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. I'll be back again very shortly with some more news. Peace.